Thank you, Nibi. Thank you for arranging this wonderful webinar. Thank you very much. Problem?
Yeah.
Just wait down. She's arranging. Yeah, perfect. I think now it is perfect. Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Voice is not hearing, not clear.
They can hear.
They can hear, but we are not. Okay, right. Thumbs up if I am audible. Fine. Thank you. The true origin of hydrocarbon in petroleum, or a balanced hypothesis. I am here to present my views for the true origin of hydrocarbons in petroleum. Perfect. Thank you. Since the day of its discovery, the origin of petroleum has been a matter of debate among the scientists and geologists. There are two theories regarding origin of petroleum. One is biogenic origin, or it has been called fossil fuel theory also. And the second is a biogenic theory. Both the theories have strong evidences. According to us, this more than a century-old debate is still pending because matter of discussion has never been on a right direction. The right questions were not raised, hence we don't get the right answer, which could solve this century-old debate. First of all, I would like to some brief introduction of petroleum. The word petroleum has been derived from Latin word petra, means rock, and oleum, denoting oil, which combined literally means rock oil. So earlier it is called rock oil, the oil found from rock, okay? Petroleum has been used throughout the history by mankind in one or another form. For example, Egyptians used it to coat mummies, to keep these mummies for long times. American Indians used petroleum for paint, fuel, and medicine. Yet, despite its usefulness, the uses of petroleum remained limited for thousands of years. Petroleum is a foundation of this industrial civilization. However, the significance of petroleum began to increase when it began to be used for another purpose, such as lighting. Fuel in mid-19th century, followed by opening of oil refineries. What the drilling of first successful oil well in Pennsylvania in 1859 by Edwin Drake marked a major breakthrough and was supposed to bring a revolution in coming years. Petroleum began to be regarded as a strategic mineral for which supplies had to be ensured. The search for oil widens and several theories developed simultaneously, speculating the origin of oil. Global petroleum is a compound of unique chemistry. Hence, its genesis still remains a matter of debate among the scientific circles. As I have mentioned earlier, there are two models regarding origin of petroleum. One is biogenic theory or fossil fuel theory. The second is totally opposite, a biogenic theory. Each dismisses the other one, leading to interesting discussions and discourses. The theorist of biogenic theory advocates that the global commercial interesting hydrocarbons have been formed from decayed biomass in sedimentary environment. These hydrocarbons have been expelled from productive sedimentary source rock and get trapped in the reservoir rock. Thus, buried biomass is the dominant source of these hydrocarbons, according to the biogenic theory. This theory has been widely accepted, and the methods suggested by the biogenic theories are currently being used by a large number of oil drilling companies to extract the oils. And the fact most of the people are getting success suggested by the method of fossil fuel theory. This is correct. The conventional biogenic theory is advanced as an explanation on why most of the large petroleum and natural gas deposits are found in the regions that were once mouths and deltas of ancient rivers and along prehistoric coastal reefs. A corollary is that the sedimentary deposits are finite in nature, thus leading of the origin of peak oil theory, which claims that the oil being a finite source could get more expensive to extract and that their production would reach a peak at some future time, declining, as evidenced by a maximum rate of production in an area under the consideration, unmet demand, and increasing prices. Robert 2004, Defis 2005, Hinberg 2005, Simons at 2005. So, first of all, I will come to the scientific evidences of biogenic theory. Why this theory is so popular? Why this theory is so widely accepted? There might be some reasons, some evidence, otherwise it is not possible. Why hold the global, how the words following this theory? Almost all petroleum contains biomarkers. This is the first one. That are the organic chemical remnants of one's living organism. This is true. Almost the presence of biomarker is the key indicator for an ultimately biological source of petroleum. There is a structural correlation between the biological pigments, chlorophylls, and porphyries, pigments in shale, coals, and petroleums. Trevis, 1934. Eglinton and Calvin, 1967, showed that the oil contains many chemical fossils and biomarkers beside porphyrins that could be traced to biological predecessors. Stable carbon isotope composition in oil were found to be in the line with biogenic origin. According to Craig 1953, as living organism favors certain carbon isotopes more than others, thus confirming or distinguish biogenic origin of petroleum. It is found that types of kerogen believed to be a biogenic region has been associated with different oils, gas, and coals. According to the early prominent scientists, organic matter has been transformed into global petroleum reserves through various burial stages in the sedimentary environment. Commercial interesting hydrocarbons along the globals are expelled from thermally mature organic rich sedimentary rocks. The drilling done in line with biogenic theory of oil formation has resulted in a vast amount of oil that has been benefit to mankind since the beginning of oil era. Today, scientists favor software that can estimate the volume of oil, gas before drilling from estimation of sedimentary basins. Yes, it is true. This is how they calculate the value of the reservoir, how they calculate the amount of the petroleum so that they can bid for that. There are many softwares for estimation before drilling. Yes, it is true. Correct. Excellent. Yes. Now I come to the quite opposite theory, the abiogenic theory. In our Hindi proverb that is called Chhattis ka primordial material of deep origin, according to Kucherov, Kroshin, 2010. Or in the mantle of the earth without any involvement of biomass, without any involvement of fossils. So you see how both are opposite. One is saying the basic raw material is organic matter, biogenic organic matter. The biomass, this is the basic raw material. And another, a biogenic theory says, no involvement of deceased biomass, no involvement of fossils. It then migrates upward through deep faults into reservoir rock to form the global commercial interesting hydrocarbons. The same oil that we are using in our daily life. Thus, burial biomass is not a dominant source of petroleum formation, according to this theory. I will tell you some scientific evidence of abiotic theory. Theoretical calculation based on methods of modern statistical thermodynamics have established that polymerization of hydrocarbon take place in the temperature range from 600 to 1500 degrees Celsius and a pressure range of 20 to 70 kbar, according to Kenny et al. 2002. This condition prevails deep in the earth at depth of 70 to 250 kilometers, according to Carlson et al. 2005. Thus, above stated facts goes against fossil fuel theory, as the pressure and temperature range consist with sedimentary environment present in the earth's crust is too low to account for various hydrocarbons molecules present in petroleum or its conversion from organic detritus. The second, Fischer-Tropsche process, that is famous as FTT also. According to Fischer-Tropsche process, or FTT, developed in 1920, is a proof that it is possible to create long chain petroleum like hydrocarbons, starting from inorganic reactants in laboratories under controlled conditions and in shallow geological environments. Then I will come to third point of abiotic theory. Discovery of abiotic hydrocarbons in space, where life has not been observed. Now, astronomers have also been frequent proponents of the abiotic theory in recent decades. According to Cronin, in 1998, carbonics, chondrites, and planetary bodies, including asteroids, comets, and moons, have been shown to contain hydrocarbons and other organic compounds, while no biological life is present there. For an example, Saturn's orange moon Titan has hundreds more liquid hydrocarbons that are all known oil and natural gas reserves on Earth. I mean, Titan has 100 times more hydrocarbons that are proven hydrocarbons on Earth. If we expand the Titan, or if we compact the Earth, both are almost similar in many ways. Presence of some traces of elements like vanadium, nickel, copper, cobalt, zinc, etc. in hydrocarbons also don't clearly explainable in the biogenic origin of petroleum, according to Peter Sazatmary in 2005. Sazatmary analyzed 68 Brazilian oils, 68 Brazilian oils and 9 foreign oils, and he determined 24 metal traces in the oils, showing fine correlation of oil with CI chondrite and mantle peridotites, and less correlation and very less correlation with ocean and continental crust, none with seawater, none with seawater. Okay, let us come another point of a biogenic theory. Association with helium. The common associations of hydrocarbon with inert gas helium is not clearly explainable according to biogenic theory of petroleum. Limitations of a biogenic theory. One of the leading advocates of a biogenic theory, Dr. Thomas Gold, very famous. I think most of the people have heard this very famous scientist, Dr. Thomas Gold. Actually, many people know this theory by the name of Dr. Thomas Gold also. One of the leading advocates of a biogenic theory, Dr. Thomas Gold, managed to convince the Swedish government to test the abiotic theory by drilling ultra deep boreholes near the granite formation of an old impact crater. The Siegen rings, very famous in Sweden, in North Sweden. These drillings are most serious attempt to test the abiotic oil formation theory. The drilling failed to locate any recoverable amount of hydrocarbons. I think this is the biggest mistake of the follower of a biotic theory. They have suggested another method because already we are using perfect method suggested by the fossil fuel theory. I think this big mistake put the advocates of a biotic theory to put on back step, maybe 50 years or 100 years. This is a big mistake. After which many geologists and scientists dismissed a biogenic model of a region of petroleum. This was the biggest mistake. No need to suggest another method, even you are a follower of a biotic theory. It is not necessary. It is not necessary. You have to suggest another method if you are a follower of a biotic theory. Why? Anyway, the genesis of petroleum still an enigma. Currently, both the theories have strong evidences as well as strong critics. Both theory seems contradictory, due to which scientists of both the theories are ignoring the strong evidence of each others. Followers of both the theories have a very big misconception. Here is the point, very big misconception. This is the pinpoint. If the oil and gas have been expelled from sedimentary source rock, then these hydrocarbons are biogenic origin. If hydrocarbons has been expelled from sedimentary source rock, means it is biogenic. If they are abiotic origin, then must not be expelled from sedimentary rocks. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is a misconception. This misconception is not taking the right answer. Anyway, according to me, the matter of debate from centuries has been wrong path, which concerns whether commercial hydrocarbons has been expelled from sedimentary source rock or not. This is not fair. What the true matter of debate should be whether these expelled hydrocarbons from sedimentary rocks are dominantly biogenic or abiogenic. I mean, the hydrocarbons that has been expelled from sedimentary source rock, we must have to diagnose if the biomass is the real source or not. Second, according to current fossil fuel theory, organic matter got buried in different stages to form commercial interesting hydrocarbons. This is the basic point. This is the basic point. All our previous scientists has told us organic matter has been got buried in different stages to transform into commercial interesting hydrocarbons at various stages. What this theory does not explain whether this organic matter is necessarily biogenic or abiogenic. Here is the pinpoint. Please note. Here is the pinpoint. Our genius scientist has told us organic matter has been transformed into global petroleum reserves that we are drawing on daily basis. What they have not cleared the origin of organic matter. Please note this, note down this pinpoint. For your kind information, according to the definition of organic matter, all organic matter does not come from living organism. Here is a very big misconception. Most of the people think organic matter means comes from living organism. Here is a big mistake. Please note down. And also Google the definition of organic matter. See the Wikipedia. I think Nivi will show you the slide of the Wikipedia, some brief definition of organic matter. Anyway, as all the organic matter does not come from living organism, or all living organisms do not leave behind the behind the organic matter. So please clear? All organic matter do not comes from living organism. And the second point is, all living organisms do not leave behind the organic matter. Okay, fine. Hence, it is highly probable that the organic matter present in global commercial interesting hydrocarbon is of non-biogenic. It's highly probable. It is mathematically calculation also. Not probable, it is even, it is provable. It is mathematically calculation also. I will tell you later how is the mathematically calculation and how we concluded that it is definitely from the necessary organic matter has come from non-biological region. This is a mathematically even. Anyway, okay. Expulsion of commercial interesting hydrocarbons from sedimentary source rock is scientific. It is clear. Now there are fracking in US, everybody knows. Most of the softwares are there who evaluate the volume before drilling for the calculations of the basin. How much amount of oil is there? How much amount of gas is there? So it is totally scientific and true. What? There is no conclusive evidence that ancient biomass, fossils, is the dominant source. It seems to me, it seems deceased biomass just has been mixed in abiotic organic matter in the history of burial history just to confuse us. It seems that the current fossil fuel theory was basically a theory of organic origin of petroleum. The current fossil fuel theory is a theory of organic origin of petroleum. What some people diverted by mistake it toward biogenic origin, or by misconception. As I earlier told you, most of the people think the organic matter comes from living organism of hydrocarbons, by misunderstanding that the organic origin with biogenic origin also. They are actually confusing the organic origin and biogenic origin is the same. No, here is the mistake. Biogenic origin is a different, organic origin is a different. Many people say it is organic origin theory. Yes, it is correct. Organic origin theory, it is a correct. But biogenic origin theory, it is a questionable. As earlier I told you, this is a definition of organic matter. Let me read this again. Some definition of organic matter likewise only consider organic matter to refer to only the carbon contents. Organic matter to refer only the carbon contents, right? or organic compounds, and do not consider the origin of decomposition of the matter. In this sense, not all organic compounds are created by living organisms, and all living organisms do not only leave behind the organic matter. Correct? Clear? So now it is clear the difference between the organic origin theory and the biogenic origin theory or fossil fuel theory. Okay, further. Thus, I felt a dire need to investigate the source of all organic matter that has been transformed into global petroleum reserves. I'm talking very first point of the fossil fuel theory. I am not ignoring any evidence. I am not ignoring any their perceptions. Just saying, dire need to investigate the source of all organic matter. In my opinion, there must be a deep investigation into whether all organic matter really come from biogenic sources, as fossil fuel theory says, or biogenic sources, as Ukraine and Russian theory says. Okay. Respecting the strong evidences of both the theories, there is nothing wrong to assume that majority of necessary organic matter has been migrated in sedimentary environment from abiotic sources. As I have earlier told you, one theory says biomass is the main source, and another says biomass has nothing to produce it. And both the theories have strong evidences. If we club the both, then there is nothing wrong to assume that the majority of necessary organic matter has been migrated from sediment, from abiotic sources. If we reconcile the both evidences, it is the only possible model that necessary organic matter has been migrated from abiotic sources. There is immense evidence which shows that the hydrocarbons which are associated with the sedimentary environment are also associated with the deep region of the earth or beneath the surface of the earth, or you can say mantle region. There are many, as I show you, Mr. Peter Sujatamari, there are hundreds of evidences showing, I do not want to put myself in a long and endless debate to show each and every evidences of each other. You can very much Google. Even I will say you, if you Google, there are many papers in favor of abiotic theory and very few papers in the favor of biogenic theory. Maybe there are very less papers. What there are abundant of papers favoring and showing its association with mental. So it is not fair. We respect the strong evidence of one side and neglect or ignore the strong evidence of other side for the same oil. For the same oil, we are using in our daily life, also showing the association with the mental and also showing the association with the sedimentary environments. So it is not fair we ignore the evidence of either side. I highly request, I highly suggest, please reconcile the strong evidences of both at the same time for same oil. This is the main point. Yes, it is also fair that followers of abiotic theory also must respect the expulsion from sedimentary rock without bias. You note the point? I am also requesting, I am also suggesting the followers of abiotic theory must respect the expulsion of majority commercial oils from sedimentary source rock, as this theory has suggested us very good method to find the oil. No mistake. So I highly suggest we need a new balanced hypothesis which can reconcile the strong evidences of both the sides, both the theories, or only possible models if we respect the strong evidences of both. Anyway, this is my new balanced hypothesis. I think this has been published in UK 2010, I think, right, maybe? Yes? Okay. This is a new balanced hypothesis. I am suggesting here new balanced hypothesis to reconciling both. By observing the strong evidences of both, we have reached on conclusion that global commercial interest in oils and gas has been expelled from sedimentary source rocks. Yes, it is true and scientific. What? Only from those which has been formed with the involvement of abiotic fluids, soups. And this abiotic fluid soup were once hugely present on the surface of the earth. When conditions were unfavorable after the long time intervals, sedimentary rocks, which have been formed without any involvement of these abiotic fluids, are not suitable to form commercial oils and gas, and not potentials for oils, and leads and these sedimentary rocks leads us to dry holes, dry wells. There is no oil. Even conditions are suitable. Even organic carbon is suitable, but no oil. Sometimes there is huge oil. Even conditions are not suitable. Even organic carbon is even less. Anyway, this is, I will try my best level to convince you, to tell you with this example. My wife was putting this pickle and I have taken this picture. I have told this Laj Pickled Rock. Laj is my mother name. So first time in the history, I am putting this Laj Pickled Rock. First time in the history, I am giving the new name where you can find the oil. Where is the pickle? Anyway, this is a pickle. Without without knowing prior. Without knowing prior. Everybody can imagine these are the fossils. After some time, after the time gap, after some burial process and pressures, this oil is coming out from this delas, from this biomass. Without knowing prior, everybody can judge. But we know prior. Oil has come from another side. Salt has come from another side. Spices for this pickle has come from another side. These fossils has come from another side. All this is pickled. If we want to find the oil, we have to find the Laj Pickled Rock, not only sedimentary rock. There are many, many sedimentary rocks, organic rich sedimentary rocks. What we will find the oil where there is a natural pickle. That's why I'm telling you Laj Pickled Rock. Laj, again I'm telling you, Laj is my mother name. She, unfortunately, she's not live now. She's not more now. So this is the basic gap. This is the basic gap. Just you come back. Now I must tell you what is the difference. What is the mistake debate already going on from last 150 years. You know what is the debate? Whether this oil is coming out from this Laj Pickled Rock. One group is saying, yes, the oil is coming from this Laj Pickled Rock, so it is biogenic. It is associated with sedimentary environment, so it is biogenic. Another group is trying to show, no. This pickled rock has nothing. This has been directly migrated, been from beneath the surface of the earth and trapped in the reservoir rock. So this pickled rock has nothing. This is trying. This is the wrong debate. This is the mistake. If the question is not correct, then how can we get the right answer? How can we expect the right answer? So the debate should be whether this oil that has been expelled from Laj Pickled Rock is basically formed from these delas, from these fossils, or it has been come from somewhere else. These spices that make the oil as a unique chemistry, mainly consisting of hydrocarbons. These spices that make it a complex chemistry. Whether these spices has formed from these delas, from these fossils, or it has been come from another, somewhere else. This is the difference. First, we have to correct the question, correct the debate, correct the path. Then we will get the correct answer. Uses of new balanced hypothesis in oil industry. So, if we find the correct theory, if we find the correct Laj Pickled Rock, and we get more success, then what is the benefit to the mankind? How this theory can help to find new oils. Is this theory suggest any new method? I will say no. Already existing method is correct. This balanced hypothesis respecting the story evidences of both can help us the future petroleum exploration industry to reduce the risk of dry holes, as I have earlier mentioned also. However, we agree that existing method suggested by the current biogenic theory is correct. There is no need to change it. However, this balanced hypothesis can add some more signatures, to find the directions where there are productive sedimentary rocks and where in which directions there are dry sedimentary rocks. There is no doubt that current fossil fuel theory is a big mistake. And a major obstacle to unravel the other important mysteries like earth formations, like how the universe works. I will say many another puzzles can be solved if we solve this basic problem, this origin of petroleum. Because this petroleum is also linked with the formation of earth, how this mechanism of universe is working, how these planets are taking birth and how dying, how this universe is going on. Anyway, thank you. Conclusion. If advocate, this is my conclusion. If advocate of abiotic theory respect the expulsion of commercial oil and gas from sedimentary source rock, then this theory has more weightage. This theory has more weight than the fossil fuel theory. Thank you. One more point I want to discuss with you. I am not changing any basic principle of fossil fuel theory. I am not changing the burial process. I am not changing the expulsion from sedimentary source rock. I am not changing the biomarkers in all oils. The fact, I am correcting the very first point, that is organic matter. They also have suggested the fossil fuel theory or the organic theory has also suggested that the organic matter has been transformed into global petroleum reserves. You can read all the papers. They have just denounced that the organic matter has been transformed. So I am just correcting the mistake, confusion, that all organic matter do not comes from biogenic matter. This is assumed. You know, I have asked hundreds of people to show me any evidence that organic matter has come from biogenic organic matter. Any scientific evidence, or just they have assumed? I think this is a confusion or assumed only. I asked many people, can we produce, can we form similar crude oil from fresh organic matter in labs? Now it is possible to make crystal conditions in labs. It is not a difficult job. Then what is the problem? I cannot find the answer. What is the problem? Why can we not produce the similar hydrocarbons, similar crude oil in labs? No. Can we produce the plastic from fresh organic matter? No. One more thing I want to tell you. You know, we have observed, found the kerosene-like material in another terrestrial bodies where life has not been observed. From where this kerosene is coming? According to fossil fuel theory, kerosene 1, kerosene 2, all these are linked, everything. Then where? Why this kerosene is coming from another terrestrial body? No answer. Yes, one thing I agree with, there are many respecting very accurate softwares to calculate the volume of oil, volume of gas before drilling. That is correct. Why should not we respect this? Why we are biased? We should respect fracking. We should respect in US. Then what the followers of biotic theory wants? What more evidence for not for the association with sedimentary environment? I think it is not a questionable. Now fracking is very common. What is fracking? Same. This is the unconventional oil. So what more evidence they need? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this debate, and thank you very much.